Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom lived a king and his family. The king had 3 sons and they all lived happily in their castle. But the king's wife was sad. She really wished that one of her sons would marry and she could become a grandmother. One day, the king went to the forest to hunt. And while he was away, the queen summoned her sons. "My dear sons," she said, "you are all grown up and it's time you found a wife. Each of you will go into the forest and bring me back a donkey so that we can have some donkey milk. The one whose donkey produces the sweetest milk will be the one who will marry the beautiful Princess Jasmine." The princes were very happy to hear this as they all loved their sister and wanted to make her happy. The eldest prince went into the forest, but he soon came across a beautiful white horse. And when he saw how lovely it was, he forgot all about his mission and rode off on the horse. The second prince went into the forest, but he too saw a beautiful white horse and forgot his mission. Only the youngest prince went all the way to the other side of the kingdom until he found a very small and skinny donkey. The poor donkey was so weak that it couldn't even stand up. The prince picked it up, put it on his horse and brought it back to the castle. "I am very disappointed," said the queen when she saw the donkey. "You didn't bring me a healthy donkey, but don't worry. I think I have a solution." She took the donkey into her bedroom and gave it some water and sweet fruits to eat. After eating, the donkey stood up. It was no longer skinny and small, but had become big and strong. Then the queen noticed something strange. Whenever she would pat the donkey, it would start playing beautiful music. No matter where the queen went, the musical donkey followed her, always playing beautiful music. After a few days, the musical donkey became famous throughout the kingdom because its music was so beautiful and sweet. One day, the king heard about the musical donkey and went to see it. He was very happy after seeing it and said to the queen, "We will have a contest and invite all the kings and queens from neighboring kingdoms. The one who buys my donkey for the most amount of gold will get his daughter E's hand in marriage." All the kings and queens came to the castle for the contest, but none of them could buy the donkey because whenever they tried to take it away, the donkey would start blaring a loud, terrible noise. Only the king's eldest son dared to try to catch the donkey, but it did the same thing with him. Seeing this, the king got very angry and said, "Whoever catches the musical donkey will get both his daughter E's hand in marriage and half of my kingdom." Hearing this, the princes and princesses who had come from other kingdoms became very scared. They had all come to win the donkey, but now they were afraid that they might lose their lives trying to catch it. So they all left the castle without saying goodbye. In the end, only the youngest prince was left who had brought the donkey to the castle. He was very scared, but seeing no other option, he went inside the castle to get the donkey. He searched everywhere, but the donkey was nowhere to be found. Suddenly, he heard some beautiful music coming from the queen's bedroom. He went inside and there he saw the most beautiful sight. The queen was sitting on the bed and the musical donkey was playing music by moving its tail like a conductor moves his baton. The little prince was mesmerized by the music. He sat down and started listening. The donkey played different tunes, each more beautiful than the last. The little prince closed his eyes and imagined that the music was made just for him. He felt as if the donkey was telling him a story, an exciting adventure story. He was so lost in the music that he didn't notice when the queen called out to him. "Are you still here? Are you still listening to the music?" she asked. The little prince opened his eyes and realized that the music had stopped. "It's time for you to leave," the queen said. "Don't forget, the one who buys my donkey gets half of my kingdom and my daughter is hand in marriage." The little prince hesitated for a moment, but then he said, "You are right, Your Majesty. I brought the donkey here, so it is my right to buy it." The queen nodded her head. "Very well, my son. Take my donkey and may God bless you." The little prince took the donkey and left the castle. From that day on, the little prince traveled all over the kingdom, making everyone happy with the donkey's beautiful music. And when the king and the queen heard this, they felt very proud of their youngest son. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter was cutting wood in the forest. He was very sad because he was all alone in the world. Suddenly, he heard some beautiful music coming from behind a log. When he looked, he saw a beautiful woman crying. "Why are you crying?" asked the woodcutter. "I am locked inside this tree and no one has come to break the curse on me," said the woman. "If someone breaks the curse, I will marry him and become his wife." The woodcutter thought for a moment and then said, "I have to go home now, but I promise I will break your curse tomorrow." The woman agreed. The next day, the woodcutter came back to the forest with a sharp axe. He started chopping the tree, but the harder he chopped, the stronger the tree seemed to become. Just then, a beautiful white horse appeared and said, "You can't break the curse with just any axe. You have to use an enchanted golden axe." The woodcutter was very sad, but he thanked the horse and went home. On the way, he met a beautiful princess who asked him why he was so sad. The woodcutter told the princess everything. "Don't worry," said the princess. "I have a golden axe at home. I will take you to the forest." The princess took the woodcutter to her home, and the two of them slept in the same bed. At night, the princess took the woodcutter's donkey and brought it to the forest. The next day, the woodcutter went to the forest with the princess and together they started chopping the tree. "Wait," said the princess. "I have to pee." She went behind a bush and relieved herself. But when she turned around, she saw that the woodcutter had taken the golden axe and was running away. The princess got very angry and said, "I will never forgive you for what you have done." The woodcutter kept running until he reached a river. He took the golden axe and threw it into the water. Then he went home. That night, the princess came to the woodcutter's house and said, "Give me back my golden axe." The woodcutter said, "No, I won't tell you where I threw the axe." The princess got very angry and said, "Very well. Then I'm going to make you sleep in the same bed as my donkey." The woodcutter was very scared because his donkey was old and ugly. "Please, princess, don't do this to me. I will give you back your axe." The princess kept staring at the woodcutter, and after a while, he fell asleep in his donkey. In the morning, the princess woke up and found that the woodcutter wasn't there. She searched the whole room, but he was nowhere to be found. Suddenly, she heard some beautiful music coming from outside. She went out and there she saw the woodcutter and his donkey playing music together. The princess got very angry and said, How dare you play such dirty tricks on me? But the woodcutter and the donkey kept playing music. The princess was so annoyed that she ran away and hid in a nearby bush. The woodcutter and the donkey finished their song and were about to leave when they heard a voice saying, "Wait, I want you to play one more song." The woodcutter and the donkey were very happy to hear this. They sat down and started playing music. The princess came out of the bush and said, "You guys played beautifully. I want to learn how to do it." The woodcutter and the donkey were very surprised because they had never seen a princess who liked to play music. They taught the princess how to play and soon she became very good at it. Together, they made beautiful music and everyone in the kingdom was very happy.